generation faces adulthood believing life for them may not be as good as it was for their parents.
All right. When any person tells you that the current economic situation is just the way things are because they are, or it's people in my generation's fault, that video explains it. They saw it coming. They knew that bad things were on the way and did nothing. Did nothing. All of it. All the things that have happened were a result of older generation making financial decisions that only benefited themselves. And that has been parroted around so many times on this app. We knew then. It was bleak then, and it's worse now. And they did nothing about it. The signs have always been there. Always been there. And we continue to let it happen. My question is, at what point do we do something about it? Because the political process isn't working anymore. It hasn't worked. When are we going to start doing something about that? And how do we go about that? Because we need something else to happen. We need something that's going to have more impact on this. Because it's not getting any better. At this point, if you are in my age group, I'm almost 40, as bad as that is, I'm going to have no retirement. There will be none. I don't even know what jobs are going to look like with the rate that AI is doing things and automation is handling things. I don't know what that's going to look like. Because at this point, most jobs are being replaced. IT, a career field which I used to make good money in, has now become the equivalent of a McDonald's. And I'm not even kidding. If you work for an MSP, that's the IT equivalent of fast food at this point. And the crappy thing about that is where fast food, you can just kind of get that job and there's minimal training. You generally need a college education to work for an MSP, a managed service provider. Which that company, that business model itself, managed service providers, if you didn't know what they do, they basically take over an IT department. So a company goes, we're paying our IT department too much. We got to get rid of that. And they go to an MSP and pay them anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000 a month to replace their team of 5 IT people. So if you're wondering why it is your IT team or your IT support has gotten crappier in the company you work for, probably because your company sold your IT team out is what happened. But that's one case. IT was always supposed to be a job. It was guaranteed, no job is guaranteed. We know that now. But how many jobs are going to be left? And this is a concern been brought up. When automation replaces everything, where are those jobs going to go? As it is, they've been really, really on trying to automate trucking at this point. And a lot of truck drivers have been pretty steady in their jobs and been like, well, at least I have this job. But that will go away. Especially with the cost of goods rising, they're going to cut down the cost of logistics so they can make more money at what they're already overcharging. So all those truck drivers who are the backbone of America, you can try to argue, well, they are. They make things happen. When they're gone, when those jobs aren't available anymore, what is going to happen? Because that's a lot of people out of work with no money to spend on the economy. Like at this point, I'm waiting for the economy just to implode, to just really implode. But it's not happening fast enough, and because of that, people in my position, your position, we're suffering more for it because we're getting to enjoy the fruits of a slow, painful death of capitalism, which is bad for us. A lot of us are losing a lot. A lot of people are losing their houses. A lot of people are losing their cars, have no jobs, all of that, I know people in my personal life who are conflicted. They'll say nobody wants to work, but at the same time acknowledge the job market is crap. It can't be both, So what are we supposed to do? Where are we supposed to go? And when is it going to get better? Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? And where do you see things going?